Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing really well. I appreciate you coming in today.
Yes.
So, just before I start, I've got some notes and I got to read you a little excerpt before we begin, okay?
Okay.
So, I want to read a brief statement required for my class. This is a performance project for my counseling class. I'm not providing formal counseling or treatment, but demonstrating counseling skills. If you would like to explore these issues further, it would be important for you to speak with a qualified counselor. This session will be recorded and transcribed by my instructor, and the recording will be deleted after the project is graded. Do you give me permission to record this?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we'll just jump right in.
Okay.
How are you feeling coming into this conversation today?
Nervous. Very
Nervous.
nervous about everything.
Okay.
Everything that's going on and this too.
So where would you like to start? What would you like to talk about first?
Oh, we can talk about the transfer of the business and
Okay.
all that and everything if you want to.
Okay, I know we talked a little bit beforehand about some of the things you wanted to talk about, so we can jump right in.
Okay.
All right. So, can you walk me through what the process of buying the machine shop has been like for you?
Unknown. I don't understand any of it because I'm new at all of it. And so it's just going through the bank, getting the money to put down and then going through the process with lawyers and
I see.
accountants to set everything up. It's just very confusing.
I can imagine. I know when we talked before, you had said years ago you had owned a machine shop in a different state. So is it a little different?
Yes, way different because this was existing and that's
Okay.
what's confusing because the owner doesn't understand that he's going to be leaving.
Yeah.
And so that makes it really tough.
Yeah, I can imagine that would.
Yes.
So, what parts of it feel the most overwhelming for you right now?
I guess just the transition, not knowing everything because of all the legalities and everything.
So the unknown.
Yes, the stuff that I don't know. I know how to make parts, but I don't know the other side of things.
But you have people helping you.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So, what are some of the biggest challenges you're dealing with day to day?
The transition, see, I work at the shop. So the transition of working there, being an employee to becoming the boss, and then explaining to the boss that he's not going to be there anymore is the biggest problem.
I could imagine that's a difficult and challenging thing to kind of navigate through.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It really is.
So, I can imagine that could be pretty overwhelming.
Yes.
What has it been like trying to manage all of this while still working your day to day job?
It's just been trying to figure out how to approach things because I feel awkward now. I feel like, well, we have certain jobs, but I'm taking over on a certain date. And so I don't want to get too involved in this job that's going to filter over to the new business, my business then. And so that's just been a big struggle.
So it's a little complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see where that would be. So, what has it been like for you personally? Like in your personal life, not necessarily in your business life,
Yeah.
but you personally.
Anxiety,
Yeah.
anxiety, and trying to do what's best for the future for my son,
Yeah.
because he has special needs and stuff. So
Okay.
just thinking about that and letting that be your goal.
So that's another thing that's weighing on you.
It is. It really does.
Okay. So, with that, what are some of the emotions that have been coming up for you through all of this?
Doubt at times.
Mm. Okay.
I struggle with, am I supposed to even be doing this?
Okay.
I feel I'm later in life now, and I feel like this is taking a big risk.
Okay.
but I believe it's worthwhile.
So can you elaborate on that a little bit with the doubt? Is it just doubt for you or is it just doubt? Because I know you mentioned your son. Is it doubt with him as well for him?
No, not really for him. I know that is best for him.
Okay.
And so the doubt that I have is what's going on in the world, for one.
Okay.
It's very scary
Yeah.
because before, in my business, before I had salesmen and I didn't have to struggle to find work or anything. Now it'll be fight, fight, fight. And
Okay.
so,
So do they already have some customers that you're going to take over with?
yes, we have two customers, but since I took over, instead of keeping the company name as it was, and I started a new company name, so they drop all the parts. So
Mm,
I have to requote all over again and start from scratch. So it just made it very tough.
yeah, it's probably one of those things where it seems insurmountable and
Yeah,
overwhelming
absolutely.
and
It
yeah.
sure does. Absolutely.
Okay. So is that the heaviest thing for you right now, or what is the heaviest thing for you right now?
Just worried about my son. What's best for him.
So is that what this is about, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not for me. Like I said, I'm getting up there and this is for his future.
Okay. Is there a moment recently where it really felt like a lot?
Yeah. Another big struggle that I have is I have a sick aunt back
Okay.
home where I moved from, and I'm just really worried about her.
And you feel pulled.
Yeah. I feel like I shouldn't be here, but I know that this is God's will.
Mm.
So,
So you're just struggling with what, maybe what to do in that
yeah,
situation.
because I'm 1,600 miles away and I can't do a whole lot there, but my life is here,
I see.
but it's a big struggle.
What does this decision mean to you personally?
It means our future, and it means stability
Okay.
because if I didn't buy the shop too, on top of it, Alberta was going to shut down.
So
So,
is Alberta the boss right now?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
The owner.
And so I would have had to find another job, and then that wouldn't have done anything to help my son.
Okay.
And so I just felt the need that I had to move.
Okay.
I kind of felt pushed in a way, but
Mm.
I still, ultimately it's for JC.
Okay. So you feel like it's a good decision, just maybe one that you had to jump on
Yeah.
maybe before you were ready?
Out of time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and I know we've mentioned your son several times, and I know that is a personal thing for you. But if we were to take him just kind of out of the equation, what has this meant for you?
For me personally, the future.
Okay. Can you
I'm
elaborate?
very driven with
Okay.
with a passion for this work. And so I know that I have some time left and I know that I can put forth a fight long enough to be able to build something great.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So, how does your son really factor into the decision for you? Is he the only decision?
Well, no, I mean, it's my ex-wife, she helps me
Okay.
tremendously through this process. I couldn't do this stuff, this office stuff, or any of that. Thank the Lord that I have her to help. And for my son, it's just about helping people.
Yeah.
I really just want to help people.
Okay. So are you, with his challenges, I know we spoke a little bit about his challenges
Mhm,
and what they were with the epilepsy and the right side weakness and the tiredness and things like that.
mhm.
We spoke in the intake. And so with that, are you thinking like outside of the box for him as something for a career or, um,
Yes, well, what we're doing for my son is that all these parts have to be part marked.
okay,
And so purchased a laser marker
okay,
to do the part marking. And so that's something that he can do that he doesn't have to stress his legs from standing or, constant hard work or anything like that. He can just set it up, put the parts on, hit the button and mark them one at a time. And it's just something perfect for him, I believe.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really great idea.
Yeah.
Just, I think thinking outside the box is important when you have these kind of challenges. So
Yes,
I like hearing that.
absolutely.
Um, how ha how has being his parent shaped the way you think about your work and future? You being his parent, how has that shaped how you look at the future?
Well, when I had my shop before, when my son had his accident, I worked too much.
Okay,
So it changed. I made a commitment that I wouldn't work all the time anymore, that I wouldn't do that anymore because I lost time
yeah,
that I can't get back. And so that's what's changed, with what happened. And that's my mindset is I'm gonna set so many hours and that's just gonna be it. It's either done or it's not. And as long as I'm doing the best that I can, I believe God will honor
so a healthy work-life balance.
it. Yes,
I think that's great to show your son as well what a healthy work-life balance looks like.
yes.
Yeah. What has it been like working with his mom through all of this?
It's been really pleasant,
Uh,
really easy. Um, like I said, she knows what she's doing with the office and the computers. I'm good at what I do, but everybody has their strength.
Absolutely.
So
And
it's been
she's
really
just good.
good.
Okay. And
She's been
she's just good.
supportive.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you and her that you guys are just still co-parents and
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. And she thinks this is a great idea too.
Yes. She sure does.
That's awesome. How has her support both with your son and the business impacted you?
Well, it's took a lot of stress off of me. For one, um, she is, she's, what can I say? Without her, none of this could be done.
And is she the one that is the one taking care of your son mainly?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
does it work between you and her?
Oh, we do just fine.
Okay.
We live next door, so my
Oh,
son
okay.
can come over when he wants. We just do what we have to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we have dinners together and everything. We're just really good friends.
That's great.
So
I'm glad that that can happen.
yeah, we work together for him
Amazing.
and for ourselves too.
Yeah.
It's for us too, because it's nice to have a good friend
Yeah, it is.
because
You're
they're
right.
hard to find.
They are. Yes. With everything you're carrying, what has helped keep you going?
My faith.
Your faith. Okay.
Yeah.
So, faith as a Christian, faith
Yes.
as, okay,
Faith in the Lord Jesus.
okay, all right. What strengths do you think you're relying on right now?
Him. Him first. And then just trusting what he has in store for me.
Trusting with the future, trust.
Future of everything. Yes.
Okay. So, trusting in Him, what does that look like for you?
Just being submissive unto his will. I feel like he's pushed me in this direction. And so I know that if he's put me in that direction, he'll carry me through.
Okay. And is that what keeps you going when it gets stressful? too?
Yes,
Okay.
I just have to learn to lay it at his feet. That's my biggest problem
Okay.
because sometimes I try to pick it back up, but I can't do that. I have to rest in this. I have to learn to rest.
That's a human quality. Is we all try to pick things up and do them ourselves.
Yes,
But it's good that you recognize
yes,
that you're doing that and trying to control it.
Yeah.
And know that giving it to him is what's really going to get you through this.
because before I did everything myself and it just destroyed me in a way of I couldn't do it. They was pushing me so hard, working all the time and just worried about everything.
Is that ultimately why your other business shut down?
Yes, I had to get out or I was going to die ultimately.
Too much.
Way too much, way too much stress.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to get to that position in this. And I keep just seeking the Lord to stay grounded.
Well, that's a good thing that you got out of a bad situation. You recognize that now.
Yes.
It's awesome. What strengths do you think? Well, I just asked you that. Sorry. Is there any other strengths that you think you're relying on? Do you think you're relying on, and maybe not even strengths, but maybe what the future looks like, or believing in this? Um, when you get down, do you think of other things that help keep pushing you towards this?
Yes, actually, with my aunt, and I seen that when I went to visit her, that how much it cost them
Mm.
for the caregiving. And so, what I would like to start through the business, another company that could help pay for elderly people to have health care
Mm.
instead of having to worry about paying it and they don't have it
Yeah.
and then they don't get the care.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a worry for you as well.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
I think that's a great thing to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna head.
And a great thing to use money that you make from the business
Yes,
to
absolutely.
invest in.
That's why when I told the Lord, I said, Lord, just bless the business and I want to help others. And that's what it's about.
Awesome. Who or what has been most supportive for you during this process?
My ex-wife and my son, um, just pushing me through. Come on, man. It's gonna be okay. There's gonna be struggles. Don't give up,
Yeah.
you know. And then ultimately, you know, just just trusting. Just trusting. Okay.
I'm sure that you seeing him go through some of his struggles and then, coming out on the other side or just being positive about it is encouraging as well.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody that goes through what my son has went through and that is positive as he is can push anybody to do anything.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
If things were moving in the direction you hoped, what would that look like in 6 months for you?
Well, I'd like to get the business organized because it was not organized at all. And I think he was in the 50s still. So, but to get everything organized to wherever all the paperwork's very simple, all the pay is very simple. Um, just organized to where we could possibly get in with ISO and get in with bigger companies
Okay.
and just move forward in a really positive direction, as far as organization.
So you have a bigger dream for this
Yes,
business.
absolutely.
Okay.
I try to look outside the box.
So the 6 months, you want to get it organized and ready so that you can move this business towards bigger things.
Yes, yes,
That's great.
yes.
So if it was more organized and stable or settled, what is that? really look like for you?
If I get it set up properly, could hire the right people and not do this myself.
Oh, yeah,
Well, ultimately,
yeah.
because that's the ultimate goal, I believe, for every company,
Mhm.
you know, to turn it over to people that can be trusted and just let them flourish
Yeah,
and to help the young people grow up in this trade because it's a good trade. They can make decent money just to help people.
I'm sure there's a need for it as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
From now until the end.
Yes, yes. So we talked about what your vision is a little bit. Is that what success looks like for you? Not just for the business, but for your family?
Yes, just have stability
Okay,
where they don't really have to worry about anything. And yeah,
okay.
yes,
I'm sure watching your son go through some of the struggles that he's gone through really pushes you to have a more stable situation for him as well.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So, what I'm hearing is that you're carrying a lot right now. You're trying to balance your regular job, stepping into a business that needs a lot of organization, thinking about your son's future at the same time.
Yes,
Even though it feels overwhelming, this decision seems really rooted in wanting to create stability and long term support for him. Is that right?
correct.
At the same time, you do have some support from his mom,
Absolutely.
and you both seem to share that same goal for his future.
Yes.
Did I capture that accurately?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything else that you would add to that?
No,
Okay. Is there anything you would change?
change about what?
Any of the situation? Any of what I said? Any of what you said?
No,
No.
no. Mm,
All right.
set in stone.
Okay, sounds good. We've come to the end. I appreciate you coming and talking to me.
Absolutely.
Um,
I appreciate it.
we'll see each other in the future, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.